Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Katie and I'm a stay-at-home mom of 4. I also run the budget shop Purple Glimmer Budgets, which is where you're going to find a lot of the products that I use in my videos. You can find my shop on Etsy or also my website, PurpleGlimmerBudgets.com. My husband and I are on a journey to pay off a lot of our high interest debt using the cash stuffing method as a way to control our expenses. If this is something you'd like to follow along with, just keep watching. Hey guys, I am back to filming my normal cash stuffing content. I'm super excited to be back with you guys. As you all know, my husband went 6 months without having a permanent job, so that really had us take a financial hit and made me have to pause cash stuffing because we had to have most of the cash back in the bank to cover our monthly bills, so it did fall to the wayside. I did just post a video yesterday, now that's yesterday as of this day filming, kind of going through how we survived that 6 months of him not having a permanent role. So if you haven't watched that video, I definitely recommend going back and watching it. It has a lot of good tips and different ways that we thought outside of the box to get our bills covered during that time period. Now that he is employed permanently, I do have the opportunity to go back to cash stuffing, so I'm super excited to do that. As far as my normal content, I do hope to get back to filming 5 days a week, so that would be my month ahead Mondays. I have to think through that a little bit because our monthly bills have changed. I want to make sure the categories that I've been stuffing are still the same categories that I want to stuff. We're basically starting it from scratch because we had to tap into that to get through the last 6 months, which that's fine. On Tuesdays, I'm going to be doing Tiny Tuesdays, so I'm going to be doing my A7 Tiny Challenges, just like a lot of other creators do. I thought that would be fun to kind of jump on. And then Wednesday will be when this video goes up. This will be my normal cash unstuffing. And then Thursdays, I think I'm going to move my $2 challenge over to Thursdays. And call it $2 Thursdays. If you can think of a fun, catchier title for that series, definitely drop me a comment below. I love to find out what creativity you guys have, and I might go ahead and name it that. And then Fridays will be my normal cash unstuffings. Okay, so I think that's everything. So let's go ahead and get into counting this cash. I do have a new cash pouch that I'm using. It is a sample that I got from a supplier. I really do like it. I'm trying to decide if I want to carry it in my shop. If I do carry it in my shop, there will be some changes to the way the sample is. I've really been liking the black hardware, so I will probably change the hardware from gold to black. And then I'm thinking about moving this zipper pouch, which is where you can kind of put coins and stuff. I'm thinking about moving it more into the inside, but definitely let me know your thoughts below. I want to make sure that I'm creating a product that you guys would like and enjoy. So again, this is a product that I'm looking at potentially bringing to my shop. So the good thing is with my husband landing a permanent role, now I have the ability to drive some more capital back into my business and bring some more fun products to you guys with some customizations, because anytime you do customizations, they do require a minimum order quantity, which is a little bit higher than I am super comfortable with having because I am still a small shop, so it does take me a while to sell through it, but I do want to get you guys items that might help you, so I find that to be worth that. So again, this is an item that I'm thinking about bringing to my shop. I'm just in love with this epi leather material. It's vegan leather, so I absolutely love it. And at first I was concerned that this pouch was too wide, but after using it and putting my cash in here, I do think it is the perfect size. So let's go ahead and get to it. Plus I love this wristlet that it has because it can be a little bit more secure, so that way someone can't just rip the pouch from you. So this again is something that I'm thinking about adding to my shop. I also know that there are some like envelopes that you can put in here if you wanted to have this with your wallet. So just definitely a lot of different ways that you can use this. So let me know, should I go ahead and add this to my shop? And then what are your thoughts of the changes that I'm thinking about making to the product? I would definitely love to hear your thoughts. So let's go ahead and move this out of the way. I have my calculator here because I'm a little bit rusty counting and stuff, so I need all the help I can get since it's been a while since I've done cash stuffings. So there should be $1,658 here, so let's go ahead and count it and make sure it's here. I think I'm gonna put my cash here for now. Yeah, I'm again still trying to get my flow together and figure out what works. So 100, 200, so we have 200, and then 51, 52, 53, 54, 50, So $4.50. Also, this is a new cash tray. I was previously using one from a different shop, but now that I am 3D printing my own, I thought this would be great to kind of add into my video. This is my rainbow version. I have a ton of other colors in my shop. I just figured I would use this because this is like one of my favorite ones. I also love the purple, so if it's something that you're looking for, a nice slim cash tray, definitely check out my shop because there's a lot there. If there's not a color that you like, definitely shoot me a message. I'm always happy to work with you guys and get you exactly what you want. Purple is in the name of my shop, so color is very important to me. I find when you're using items of your favorite color, it can drive good motivation. So I'm always happy to customize anything I have to suit your favorite color, so that way you can be equally motivated. So anyways, let's go ahead and continue counting. So I have 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 83, 20, 40, 60, 84, 20, 40, 60, 80, 500. I like to cut it off at 500 because that's just kind of what's comfortable in the hands. And then 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 83. So that's 300. So that's 820s. And then I have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 10, 20. So 120, and then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 60. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 28. So that does equal the 1658, so that's awesome. I have my normal cash stuffing wallets here. I'm going to be cash stuffing a bunch of other savings challenges. This might end up being a long video because I do want to catch up on some things and also catch you guys up with what's been going on. So gas, I'm stuffing 75. I have no idea what gas is going to look like with my husband just starting a new job. So this is something that we're going to kind of learn through. So 20, 40, 60, 75. And then normally I would stuff groceries next. However, if you had watched my previous video, again, I definitely recommend watching it because there's a lot of good information there. You will know that as of June, my family had qualified for SNAP benefits. And since we are a rather large family, we actually can get quite a bit of money for SNAP benefits, even more than what I would cash stuff on a normal basis. So we qualified for anything from $1,200 to around $1,400 a month in SNAP benefits. It kind of fluctuated between the different months. Well, we still have almost $2,500 left in SNAP benefits, and we can continue to use that. They don't just take that back when you stop qualifying. So I don't need to stuff groceries anytime soon. So that's why you won't be seeing me stuff it. I do want to keep it in my wallet because eventually I will need to go back to cash stuffing it. So that's kind of why you won't see me cash stuffing for groceries. That's definitely something that I am extraordinarily thankful for that we were able to get, because it helps kind of get us back to where we were before, not having to worry about grocery money. Also, with us qualifying for SNAP benefits, my kids qualified for free lunch for the rest of the school year, which that is definitely very helpful for us. So I am very grateful for that. Also, it just so happened that the timing of everything ended up working out good for us. So yes, my husband does currently have a job. However, when he started the job, it coincided with timing. So that way we still somehow ended up getting September SNAP benefits. So I am thankful for that. So for eating out, I'm going to be doing 200. Yes, that is a lot. I'm just trying to put myself into a realistic budget and try and stick to it. It might be a little bit of a struggle, as you guys know before. Eating out was something that we struggled with before all this happened. And then when I get stressed out, I don't feel like cooking, so we eat out a lot. But I'm hoping to kind of rein us in. It might be a little bit of an adjustment for us to get there. And then normally I like to do $20 into spending. This is kind of a buffer category, as is the next category, which is miscellaneous, and that's going to go ahead and get $10. So that is everything for my Purple personal spending wallet. For now, this is the wallet that I'm using. I might be switching out of these. I don't know. I I have a lot of different options, so I might change it up. We will see, but for now I'm sticking with this. And then this is more of like a short-term sinking funds, because we're in and out of them a lot more frequently than we are the stuff in the blue. So personal care is getting 30. I'm also still trying to figure out what amounts I want to stuff in each of these. So getting back into this will kind of let me know, is what I'm budgeting realistic? Is it not realistic? Is my spending habits out of whack? We will figure that out. And then household is getting 50. And then clothing is getting 60. Actually, it looks like there's still stuff in clothing. I don't know why I didn't completely unstuff this. So I'm going to get rid of these placeholders and put 60 because they don't need to be in there. My original thought process when we pulled out of this is I wanted to try and restore my wallets as much as I could to what they were when I did my big unstuffing. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and start them from scratch and kind of build them back up, with the exception of a few different things, and we'll talk about that later as we get to them. It just kind of felt like what was normal, because a lot of these that have a lot of placeholders, that money has already been spent, so it just made sense to kind of start from scratch. And then kids, I believe, is getting 40. Yes, kids is getting 40, which there would definitely be some of this coming out this week, because we do a reward app for some of our kids. I think our 3 oldest are in it. I know my 2 boys play it. My daughter doesn't play it quite as often, where if they earn a certain amount of tokens, they can get a toy. And right now, once they like earn 1,000 tokens, they can get up to a $50 toy. And our oldest did earn that. And so he chose something that was like $26. So I was completely happy with that. I'm like, well, you had up to 50 and you didn't spend it all. So good job there. So that'll be coming out of here. And then pet care is something that I missed. So I'm going to do 20 here. I was going to stuff 40 in lawn care, which will be coming up later. And I'm just only going to stuff 20 in there because pet care needs some money. I need to realize that I missed that one. And then car maintenance is getting 15. And then lawn care, again, I need to take all of this out. And it's going to get just the 20. So we've been having a lot of interesting stuff going on with the lawn care. The lawn care company that damaged our siding, I guess, last mowing season, they were mowing us for a while. It sounds like he's having problems keeping workers and stuff and operating properly. And the guy who actually does the mowing of our lawn, who isn't the business owner, but the one that actually does it, it sounds like he's getting frustrated and might venture out onto his own company. So we told him, if you do that, definitely reach out, because we want to be a customer of yours, because he did a really good job. Because I don't think it was his crew that messed up the siding. And even if it was, that's what business insurance is for. But I'm pretty sure it wasn't his crew, because it's been a while since he's kind of been out to us. But we definitely want him next year, because we had no problem reusing the company that messed up our siding, because we got everything fixed. But it just, we would go weeks without him telling us that he wouldn't cut us, and we'd reach out to him and be like, well, we'll cut you tomorrow, and then they wouldn't show up. And so eventually we tried to hire a neighbor, and we prepaid the neighbor, and then he ghosted us, so we lost $80 there. So we had a neighbor friend's kids, they're mowing our lawns right now. So we want to get back to doing a professional company. Not that they don't do a good job, it's just easier because they have the more efficient equipment and it gets just done, and it's more of a consistent basis. So we need to figure out what company we're going to do next year. Again, I'm really hoping that the guy goes out on his own, because he's good and I want him to mow us. And then car tags is getting 10. And then memberships is getting 20. And the reason why this is getting 20 is because I determined like how much we needed to stuff on basis to get it paid in time for when it renews. And then vacation, I know it has a bunch of stuff in here, but it's going to start from scratch. We had our vacation, we paid for everything, so it's time for this to start over, and it should be getting 60. And then gifts is going to get 20. So let me get this placeholder out, and then we'll put the 20 in. So then all of these spending wallets and sinking fund wallets are stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and move them out of the way. And then I'm gonna take these placeholders and get them out of the way. And then we will move on to this, which is just some various categories that I stuff. So I have birthdays. So this is for like my husband's birthday, my birthday, and our kids, Valentine's Day, Easter, back to school. I'm actually going to take this out because I'm using a different thing this year for back to school, and then Halloween, Thanksgiving, winter fun, and then rainy day. So let me get this out of rainy day because we use that to get through the 6 months, and then birthdays also. So get that out of there. So for birthday, I'm going to be stuffing 60, 20, 40, 60. I was feeling very generous. It's probably because our son's birthday is coming up next month, so that's probably what my thought process was there. And then Valentine's Day is getting a 5. We don't really spend a ton on Valentine's Day, but I want to build this up so that way when it is time to do Valentine's, we have enough. Lately, what I've been doing is I've just been hand making the Valentines. So last year, I like printed up little cards on my computer and I cut them out with my die cut machine. Now I have a 3D printer, so I might try and do something fun and exciting with that, which might mean that what I save in here would be used, but we will see. And then Easter is getting 20. And then Halloween is getting 75. So 20, 40, 60, 75. And that's because Halloween is right around the corner and costumes are expensive. And I have 4 kids we have to buy costumes for. So, and it's going to be interesting because my youngest, she was a witch last year. And so she's like dead set on being a witch. But I don't think my husband wants her to be a witch again. I don't know why. So she's really into Paw Patrol, so she wants to be Sky Witch. And so I found a costume online, but it's not sold in the US anymore. So I don't know, I might have to get like a sky costume and then like a pink purple witch hat and just kind of like make it flow. I don't know, we'll figure it out. But that's what she wants to be. And then I have no idea what my other ones want to be. My husband like really wants to like do family costumes. I'm just not super into Halloween and I don't like dressing up. So we'll see. But he always is like, we need to do this. So he thinks that he needs to be Ryder and then my other kids need to be Paw Patrol characters, but they've been Paw Patrol before. So we'll see what happens. Which reminds me, my daughter was Sky when they were Paw Patrol, my older daughter. So I have to see if I can find her costume because that might fit our younger daughter and that would save us money. So Thanksgiving is getting 10. I might end up just putting this to the side if we still have SNAP benefits come November. It's possible because $2,500 is a lot. And if that's the case, I'll just roll this into something else. Winter Fun is getting 5. And that's because the light display that we go to, they have stuffed animals that they give out when you donate a certain amount. And so I like to donate enough to get like 4 or 5 stuffed animals. So I need to build that up. And then rainy day, we're starting slow here with $5. So this is everything there. Okay, and so I told you I wanted to do something a little bit different than back to school. This is not my challenge. Parts of it is stuff that I have in my shop, but the bulk of it, this is Jordan Budgets challenge. I'll go ahead and link her shop below. She's awesome. We've become friends. So when I saw this, I absolutely loved it. And so I'm like, I need to grab it. Actually, what happened is she let me get it from her as a digital file, which is why you'll see it a little bit different than what it would be in her shop. We all know that I am like obsessed with Sparkle. So since I got this as something that I could print, I printed it out and I laminated it. So in hers, I don't think she laminates. I think she just does everything cardstock, but I do think that she is in the process of trying to get laminators up and going so she can offer lamination. So if you get this from her shop, it won't be laminated. Plus her binders have smaller rings than what mine do, and then her covers are frosted. So if you opt to get this from her shop, I don't even know if she still has it in there. I think she does. It won't look exactly like this. So I went all out and did the sparkle on the cover, and then I even went all out and did the sparkle on the inside. I'm like, I'm printing it out, might as well. So sparkle makes me happy, sparkle motivates me, so I love that. And so the way it works, see, Jordan Budgets, is each one of these you stuff what the number is, and so she has the numbers 1 through 31, and then I believe there's a bonus of 4. So I think it comes up to saving 300. I know with this bonus it saves like a pretty even amount. I can't quite remember, but I just love this. She has some like really cute graphics and stuff, so I knew I wanted to snag this. So I'm so grateful that she let me buy it as digital, because I'm like, I have everything to like cut it. So she was really cool about that. So I'm going to be using this to cash stuff for back to school. This is kind of like one of her signature type products that she has in her shop. She does like a lot of these cool monthly challenges. So it'll be like a monthly theme, and then you have like 1 to 31 plus the 4 to stuff. So I just love it. So I'm super excited to have one of my own finally. So 31, I'm like, let's go ahead and start really hard, so that way we can get this going. I mean, I know I have quite a bit of time to build this up, but I wanted to get this started. So I'm super excited. And then since I'm doing sparkly stuff, let's go ahead and go to my Christmas Savings Challenge. This you can find in my shop. I offer it in the small version, and then I also have it in like a larger version, in which there are 100 pockets that you stuff. This version you stuff 50. And so the way I've been doing this is every so often I would swap out these 4 placeholders, because I don't want to be sitting around with like $3,000 in cash necessarily. I want to get some of it to the bank and have the bank do a little bit of work as far as giving me some interest, because we do have some high yield savings accounts. So we do have enough that we were able to kind of recover to cover all of these various placeholders that I still have in here. So I'm not going to unstuff these placeholders, and I'm just going to go ahead and continue on. I think I have 9 pages, so that's 18. So 18 times 60. So I have 180 stuffed in here already, if I did my math correctly. And so I'm just going to go ahead and stuff another page's worth. So 20, 40, 60, 20, 40, 60. So let's go ahead and stuff these. And then let's stuff these. Sorry if you hear some yelling in the background. My 3-year-old is having all kinds of fun playing upstairs, and so she might be coming over the microphone of my phone. So I really apologize if that's bothering you. So the next 4 binders that I'm going to be stuffing are very similar. So I'm just going to go ahead and bring them all out together and get them stuffing. So I wanted to go ahead and continue working on these, because I believe I had started them before my husband ended up losing his job. So I wanted to restart them and work through these. Also, I really want to stuff this, the 2025 and 2025. I want to push myself to do that. So I'm going to restart this. We unstuffed this when I did my big unstuffing. And then I want to go ahead and start this, especially since we're getting ready to get into fall. I don't think I'll get it done within the fall time, but I figure it would be kind of fun to work through. So these are the Savings Challenge binders from my shop that I wanted to work through. Again, all of them can be found on my shop. I believe this one comes in the large size. These 2 I think just come in the small size, but if you need them in the larger size, definitely reach out to me and I'm happy to do that. So like if you wanted to get 100 envelope savings challenge in this, I could definitely make that happen. And then this is the small size only. I believe I have the 2025 and the 2026 in my shop right now. The 2026 version is what's included in my caddy bundle, so definitely check that out. I think I only have 2 caddy bundles left currently. I do have some more products en route to help me restock the caddy bundle, and then also restock my super popular Alana Noir binder, which is in that dark purple pouch color that I had in the A6 with black rings. I am like loving the black rings, so that will be coming back to my shop hopefully soon. Although for some crazy reason, I'm really petrified that that those boxes were on the shipments that are now in the ocean. So I'm really hoping that, because my products were supposed to land in Texas, which doesn't make a lot of sense, and that happened in California. So I'm really hoping that it's not the case. It's just, I thought that they would have landed stateside a lot sooner than they have. So let's just hope that they get here soon. So let's start with the 50 envelope, and I'm stuffing 2. So I'm going to try and go from like lowest and highest. So I stuff 2 slots each week to try and get this done a little bit faster. So I'm going to stuff 1 in my 1, and then 50 all the way back here. And then you'll notice that I have like 1025 written on here. And that's because that was the deadline to get my robot mop and vacuum paid off, because I bought that on Amazon and I had gotten financing on it, and that's when the financing was set to expire. Well, when my husband lost his job, one of the first things that I did was I enrolled a lot of my credit cards in hardship, and my Amazon credit card was one that I'm like, you know what, this needs to go. I'm going to put it in hardship. And so I have a 0 interest on that card, and I have a payment plan set up so that way it pays off in 5 years. So I don't have that deadline anymore. So we can kind of restart this as something else, just to kind of have as another type of thing. So this one's done. And then I want to do the save 2025 and 2025. So I have $290 set aside for that. So I want to say that I definitely was stuffing 75. So I said I was stuffing 4 50s, 4 20s, and then 2 5s. So I must be stuffing 2 70s and then 2 75s. So I wanted to like be aggressive in the beginning. So that's what I'm doing. So here is 75, because I want to get this completed, because that was my goal and I don't want him losing the job to kind of throw me from that. So if I can get this stuffed by the end of the year, I will be super happy and proud of myself. And then 70. So I don't know if I'm going to be stuffing from back to front or jumping around. I don't know. We will see. But I love this challenge, and I went all out on this version for myself. It is the sparkle version. I'm kind of bummed because my like idea was I was just going to print the covers and like the inside. For the 2026, basically I swapped one 15 to a 16, and I was going to do that. However, if you watched my shop vlogs, you'll know that my printer decided to die, and so the color is off just ever so slightly. So I still might do that, but we will see. So unfortunately, if you have my Save 2025, in 2025, my original idea of being able to just offer the covers and then the cards to kind of like swap it over, I don't know that that's going to be able to come to fruition because the colors are just ever so slightly off. If you do have those challenges and that's what you want to do, definitely reach out to me. As long as you're okay knowing that the colors are going to be off ever so slightly and that's what you want to do, I'm happy to do that for you. But I don't think it's a listing that I'm going to put out there right now, just because it's not something that I feel is... I know that I would be bummed if I was a customer not understanding that. So I don't want to like open that can of worms. But again, if you go in knowing that and that's what you want, just to kind of save a little bit of money, I'm happy to do that because I know that this was a big seller of mine and I want you guys to be able to go into the next season, and there's no sense in you guys having to spend the money to buy a whole brand new one if you don't have to. Also, if you want, you can reach out and I can maybe do like a discounted listing just for like the inner guts of like the cards and then the cover. I'm always open to whatever suggestions you have, so definitely reach out to me on Etsy. Okay, and then the 52-week challenge I have that I'm doing kind of similar to the 51. So I have 53 that I'm going to stuff, so I'm going to go ahead and put a single here. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and stuff in the 52. You might have heard my daughter coming down the stairs. She was coming down to grab some toys, so sorry about that. It's just mom life. She's with me in the morning, and then the afternoon she goes to pre-K, and I have a bunch of videos that I wanted to get filmed today, so I'm kind of pushing my luck filming it now while she's here. And then you're also probably hearing nails on hardwood floor because my dog decided that he wanted to come and chill out, so he's like underneath my desk like hugging my legs, so he's here, but that's okay. And then finally, this one's gonna be easy, and I'm only stuffing it with one, and I'm gonna go do the 100. So this is my 5,000 savings challenge. It's in my purple pumpkin, which I absolutely love, so of course I had to do it. And it's just one of those simple challenges where every denomination is the same and you just kind of stuff $100. So I don't know if this is available in the small and the large. I'm happy to make it in the large. It would be very easy for me to convert it to that. So if you want the large size, that's fine. In my large size of these 5,000, 10,000 savings challenges, in the small size, you basically, for the 5,000, you stuff 100. For the 10,000, it's 200. However, if you buy the larger size, for 5,000, you're stuffing 50. For 10,000, you're stuffing 100, and so forth. I can also customize the savings goal if you want. So definitely feel free to reach out if you see these in my shop and you love the design, but you want the challenge to be tweaked a little bit. I'm happy to do that again. What I love about my shop is it's there to help you guys find fun products, to help you be motivated, and I'm happy to customize them when I can. Most of them I can customize, so it doesn't hurt to ask. So if you see something that you like but you want it tweaked just a little bit, definitely reach out. So, okay, so I was looking at my cash and I see that I have 250s there, which shouldn't still be there, and I realized I misstuffed some things. I didn't put the denominations that I had planned for in here, so I'm going to go ahead and rectify that. Halloween was in fact supposed to get a $50 bill, so I'm going to swap the 10 and 220s for a 50. And then do this. And then I put 220s and a 10 for the 50 in the 50 slot here. So we will fix that. So otherwise I would have been really lost when I was going to stuff the next binder that I'm going to do because it doesn't have room for 50s quite yet. So the next binder I'm stuffing is going to be this one. So I should have 153 here. So let me just double check. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Hold on. I think I only did 51 here. I did. So I'm glad I double checked that. So there's 52 here. I think my daughter came in when I was doing this and it confused me. Okay, so let's count this again. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 80, 90, 120, and then hold on. Let me use my calculator. My brain is fried. So 20, 40, 60, 80. So 80 plus 10, 20, 30, 40. 40 plus 5, 10, 15, 20. 20 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, plus 23. So I have 163, which meant I had an extra 10, which then made me realize I probably didn't put 31 into Jordan's challenge, and I didn't. I'm telling you, I got rusty because I've been off for months, so thank you for bearing with me if you're still here. That was all kinds of problems. So minus 10. So now I have 153 going into this binder, which I need my markers for. So I'm just going to reestablish all the money here. And I'm realizing that I thought Tiffany's challenge was based upon 4 weeks, but it's based upon 5 weeks. So we're just going to make it work with what we can. So I need we'll just do a 5. So $5 into January. So I might have to just make up some of September or August and September. We're just gonna stuff what we can. And then I'll figure out what I do with the excess. So February has 10, so we will stuff a 10 in there. I guess that makes sense why she did 5s, because I know a lot of cash stuffers don't like to stuff singles, and so that makes sense. I should have pulled this when I was cash planning and actually looked at it better, but I didn't. So 15 here. And then April, I didn't stuff everything, so this will be 20. So let's go ahead and fill in all these circles. So we will put the challenge there and then the 20 in here. So again, these trackers are from TS Budgets, Tiffany. So I loved them. I'm a sucker for monthly challenges, so I knew I had to grab those. Her shop is awesome. I'm going to try and link all the shops that I mentioned in this video below so you can check out their stuff, because they are, their shops are awesome. Also, this acrylic binder is from Izzy Budgets. I don't know that she has this specific one still available, but she is rocking with the acrylics. She has her husband make them in his workshop, and so they're all made in the US, and so she is a great shop to support. I do believe I swapped her rings out to larger rings because, as we all know, I like to overstuff things, so I had to make that accommodation for these. So for May, I'm just going to go ahead and stuff the 25. So before I start coloring in bubbles, I'm just going to make sure that I have the right money so I don't throw myself even more through a loop. So far we've gotten through May. I'm like, this is a very simple challenge and I should be able to do it. So I'm like, I'm going to push myself to get this because I want to try and complete as many savings challenges as I can this year, even though we had a major financial crisis happen for a while. It'll just be exciting to see what I was able to kind of push through and do. Since these are sunflowers, I'm going to go ahead and go with the yellow. I do have $30, so we can do all of these. Opened. Okay. And then July, let's make sure we have 35. So I have 25, 6, 7, 8, 9, hold on. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I do have 35, so I'm going to be able to fill this all in. Let's go with red. So my hope was to get through all of August and a little bit of September, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen, which that's fine. Mistakes happen. We will get through as much as we can. Man, this smudged. I need to become more patient. Okay, here we go. And then let's get all this money in here. And then August is 40. Let's see what we can do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm just going to color in the 1 of the 8. I already did red over there. Do I have like a melony? Let's do this one. This is kind of like a melonish color, sort of. I don't know. I kind of see watermelon as like more of a pinky red, so that works. So we have 1 bubble in August. I was hoping to have all 5, but that's fine. And then since I messed up, I'm gonna put these singles in a different area. I could have tucked it behind the August, but I just decided not to. So let's go ahead and move this out of the way. And then that's going to bring in this binder, which will probably mostly come out during my cash unstuffings. And I'm just going to put all of these into my singles challenge because I had singles left over. So I like to stuff this organically through when I have money left over from my like spending wallet, or in this situation when I make a mistake. Okay, so let's go ahead and count and see how much we have in here. I'm also going to count the tracker because I could see myself having this messed up since I did that big unstuffing. So I should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. So we have 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Perfect. So it's all here. So that was a pleasant surprise that I messed it up and I was able to stuff some more in here. So that wasn't something that I was planning on. So I guess not next cash stuffing, I'll go ahead and catch up August and stuff 2, maybe 3 for September. We will see. So that's all I have for you today, guys, in my cash stuffing. It was a bit of a hot mess, but I mean, that's me normally. So I am back the way I was before. So I hope you guys had fun kind of catching up with me and watching me cash stuff. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.